What's going on YouTube? I'm Scumperoni and I want to share some of my knowledge and experiences in this tier list guide for JoJo's Bizarre Adventure Golden Spirit. Just a disclaimer before we start with the tier list is that I consider all the SR and SSR units here at their base star levels and without their stand ability upgrades. Only the R units are at their max star levels because they are much easier to obtain. And that would serve as my baseline for this free-to-play tier list guide. With that out of the way, let's start with R units, since these units are lightly obtainable and they serve a much flexible option when it comes to really using them as a free-to-play player. First one on the list is Yellow Temperance. Yellow Temperance is basically counter damage in an area of effect, plus self-healing. Even if it's easy to obtain and upgrade, I'd suggest to just use Better Shielder at this point. Next one would be Leaky Eye Luca. Basically trash, all he does is the standard area damage that's easily replaceable by some other R units. That's much better to use for your team on your progression. And the next one is Blue Ford, B tier. He's great for defense down, great to pair with Jotaro as well, so that's his niche. Next one is Straizo, A tier. Good damage, especially with his ultimate, and I can say more about Straizo. Very easy to obtain and easy to max his stars as an F2P as well. Next one is Gues, also on A tier. What makes Gues good is his single target damage that is really consistent alongside being able to apply crowd control to enemies. Gues is a really solid single target DPS. I highly recommend using Gues for boss fights especially. One of the most underrated units in JoJo Golden Spirit in my opinion. Next one on the list is Scholar. I think Scholar is a very situational unit, so at this point, just use the better units. Next on our list is Craftwork. I'd say use better units at this point, since there's just other options like Whole Horse for the range type class. Next unit on the list is Category, A tier. Really good unit overall. He applies dampness that both FF and him specializes on when targeting units. You should also use this unit against Red Hot Chili Peppers on the world boss, as he's basically a monster against that boss. Pair him with FF and that makes them a good duo early on as a free-to-play. Next one is Shigekyu. Shigekyu Yangu, nothing really game-changing. I'd say B tier. Next up on our list is Pesci. I'd say Pesci is a really good unit because of his crowd control and force displacement abilities. Basically, he does CC to the enemies, which is a stun, and at the same time displaces them around, while also dealing good amount of single target damage. And if you're not using this unit right now, I want you to try it for yourself. Use Pesci right now. It's literally so good. He also carries most of my PvP and sometimes some of my hard mode content on the story chapters on my account. He's easily on the lower tier of S tier for me. Next unit is Maria. I'd say Maria is a decent unit. Basically, what she does is do some area damage to the enemies while applying debuffs from her magnetic force. Basically a type of damage amp for the team, which increases your damage dealt to the enemies debuffed by her magnetic force debuffs. She also does some crowd control, which is a stun from her ultimate and also suppressed from her passive, where enemies won't be able to take actions. Overall, a decent unit to build and use, so she's easily on the lower end of A tier. Now, moving forward to the SSR units, keep in mind that we are considering all the SSR units here at their base star levels and without their stand ability upgrades. So for the first one on our list for SSR is actually Hermes. Easily triple S tier, must use. The best tank currently in the game. She's also very useful for the hard story chapter contents of this game. Easily a must use unit. Next one on our list is Prosciutto. Now Prosciutto, of course, easily triple S tier. You don't even need any upgrades for this guy to really pop off. Just basically deals a ton of area damage even at low investments. He's just that good. Basically a walking cheat code. But in specific scenarios of boss battles, I suggest to use other units in those category. Next up on our list is Jotaro Kujo. Jotaro Kujo is unfortunately on the top of S tier for me. While the fact that he's very strong as a burst area damage unit, yes, but in certain situations you'll mostly see Jotaro Kujo pop off his damage after obtaining 2 more copies of him, so that means you need to get 3 Jotaro Kujo combined with his alternate stand ability, Time Stop, which you need to pull for that as well, because that's where he really shines the most. And as a free-to-play player, if you're just getting 1 copy of Jotaro, basically without the Time Stop and his passive too, I don't think I can rate him higher than that. But even so, he's still really strong. And assuming that you'll get Jotaro with his time stop ability, which means Jotaro S1, that sits at least comfortably at the high S tier for me. Next up is Diavolo. Diavolo is a good agility SSR unit, especially for PvP, basically a single target killer. However, that's where he's mainly good at for now, just raw burst DPS with stealth mechanic, which is really great for PvP, but I think a certain unit is much better overall compared to Diavolo, because you might want some copies of him in order for Diavolo to get really strong, so that's why I'll place Diavolo on the high end of A tier. And now, speaking of that certain SSR, is Bruno. Bruno deals energy drain to enemy target, and his ultimate does stun to the target for 2 seconds, while also removing all buffs for that target, which is really insane, both for PvP and boss fights. In my opinion, both Diavolo and Bruno are great. However, Bruno just takes it a little further in terms of the flexibility overall as a unit, with good damage, stealth, and that sweet buff removal from his ultimate. Easily, Bruno is an S tier unit. Next up for our list is Foo Fighters. I'd place Foo Fighters at least at the top of S tier. Really great unit to have, very useful especially on world bosses such as Red Hot Chili Peppers. She's very much effective on that particular boss, and overall, FF is just one of the best unit to have as a free-to-play player. Next up on our list is Caesar. Caesar Sapoli is a really good unit, especially he's easy to obtain as well for the free-to-plays out there if you want to choose him on the novice banner, or you might have already pulled for him on the standard banner by chance. He's a really good ranged unit that deals a good amount of area damage to the enemies, especially to zombies and vampires thanks to his Hamon energy, passive, and also his bubble lenses from Ultimate 1. His Ultimate 2, if you ever wish to obtain his other ability, which is the bubble cutter gliding, which basically does a little bit of area damage per bubble, while also increasing most of his basic attack damage. Overall, Caesar is a really great unit, easy to obtain as well, and just by the fact that you can also obtain his alternate ultimate from the novice banner, which is guaranteed, he's basically on top of S tier for the F2P players, and as you progress the game, for sure, Caesar's dupes makes him even stronger eventually. Next up on our list is Chocolata. Chocolata is B tier in my opinion. He's a DOT unit which does a damage over time against enemies. His mold effects are okay, but I feel like what makes him this low is his area damage are just pretty slow in terms of really helping the team. And at this point, just use Prosciutto over Chocolata. Prosciutto offers a much better area damage, but of course, Chocolata is good when you're dealing with a lot of enemies. You might want to see yourself use this unit on those type of content, but as an F2P, I'd rather stick with Prosciutto. Besides, if you run them both on the same team, you're probably just better using either one of them, and just use the other slot for someone else. Next up on our list is Koichi. I think Koichi is at the top of A tier. Koichi, he's a reliable guy, he's good. His onomatopoeia, which basically is a buff effect to an ally in front of his deployment tile, is great, as it reduces damage taken from enemies and also deals damage based off Koichi's attack by an X amount of percent, depending on the level. He offers a good amount of area damage as well, plus some additional bonus damages from buffs. Overall, a very solid unit for F2P players. And the next one is Avdol. I think I'd place Avdol at A tier. Avdol is a solid unit that deals good amount of area damage and burn. Basically applies a burn debuff to enemies that chips away the enemy's health by 15% of Avdol's attack per second that stacks up to 10 times for 10 seconds. This is a really good unit in terms of dealing area damage overall. He's comfortably sitting at A tier for sure. And lastly, Giorno. Giorno sits comfortably at the high end of triple S tier. Great healing and damage amp to the team. He's going to be disgustingly good once you unlock his passive life energy detection that basically grants free energy at the start of each battle. Basically a living battery support for your team. I don't really have to elaborate much about Giorno, he's just that good. Here is the complete tier list, including the SR units. For one of the most important segment of this video, I would like to note that for all players, be it free-to-play, low spenders, or whales of this game, I would like to give an honorable mention to Tonyo from the support type. He is a really great healer overall. I'd say he's a good combo with Giorno, and why would you even want to run two healers if you may ask? Well, as you know, this game's hard mode is completely unplayable, and achieving those stars is already hard. So if I were you, I would run what I call the Holy Free. The Holy Free consists of Hermes, Giorno, and Tonyo. These three units are really my carrying units for hard mode just to survive, especially on the later chapters. And going back to Tonyo's value as an F2P, well, he is just that good for healing with his mass healing capabilities, and on top of that, he does restore your energy as well, and as well as dispels up to 3 debuffs from all affected allies, so he's really that good. So my final piece of advice to all F2P players out there, or in general to all players out there, use the Holy Free in terms of hard story content, and you might also want to use the Holy Free on PvP for your defense lineup, as it is literally just unstoppable currently in the game. I'd say it's actually meta, in my opinion. Tonyo is easily on top of S tier for me. But of course, with more star upgrades you get, he's easily at least an S tier character. If you reached the end of this video, please do subscribe on my channel as it helps my sub goal as displayed on the top left of the screen. You can also follow me on Twitch as displayed on the top right of the screen, since I mostly stream my Golden Spirit progression and other games there. Thank you for watching, and I would like to see your suggestions or opinions down in the comment section below.